Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to start officially at 6:05. That's gonna be it. What do you think? That sounds fair. Sounds fair for everybody. Again, you can make questions on the chat. I'm sorry that I'm gonna be speaking English most of the time because most of you are bilingual and some of you don't speak Spanish. So I'm gonna be, that's Amy. Amy just connected. That was our fabulous editor. That was the woman who made sure we all sounded right, starting with myself, writing in my second language, and all your essays, some of your essays were translated. So Amy did that magic. Some people wouldn't recognize their essays this day because she added some magic to it. So thank you, thank you. I'm going to talk more about the whole process in a little bit. If you have any questions, please start putting them there and we'll have time to answer them. We're gonna have a giveaway. We have 5 prizes. Uh, we're raffling 3 books and we're raffling 1 finance coaching session with Sandra Costa, our fabulous finance expert. And we are also raffling a life coaching session with myself, if you're interested, if you don't have enough of Laura at this point. But here we are. Here we are. So is everybody cool? Are you comfortable? Should we do a diving check? Everybody's, the sound is right. You can listen. Okay, good. I don't need to wear that microphone thing. So the first thing again is thank you. And this was a crazy idea 8 years ago. 8 years ago, when most of my friends were turning 30 or they had already turned 30, I was scared. Look at that, we have a guest. We have Samuel with Margie in California. When most of my friends were turning 30, I couldn't relate to the craziness of it. I remember some friends were throwing huge parties. Some friends were taking amazing trips. Some friends were dyeing their hair like super different colors, and I couldn't relate to it. And I was like, okay, something's going on. I can't feel it yet, but I know it will come to me. So in the meantime, I'll take notes from you girls. And what happened was that many friends were like 5 years older than me, and I joined their parties. We drove to Vegas in convertibles. We took crazy, crazy nights in Miami Beach. We did everything we could to celebrate 30. And I remember one person, Barbara, she forgot her friend Debbie's birthday in New York. And I remember when she told me, I forgot Debbie's birthday. And I'm like, okay, just call her. And she was like, oh my God, I need to send her flowers. It's her 30th birthday. You know what a big deal that is? And I'm like, I guess I don't. I was 24, 25. I was 24. And I couldn't understand the big deal. But when I turned 25, I had my first existential crisis. I realized I wasn't the person I thought I was. I realized I wasn't doing the things I would say I would do. And that hit me. I'm like, okay, I see where life is taking me. I'm starting to be more self-conscious, more self-aware of my actions. And from 25 to 30, everything started, like I just started taking notes from myself, from my friends. And when I was about to turn 30, I'm like, okay, we need to do something. We need to do maybe a collection of Facebook posts. We need to do maybe a blog. We need to do something with this because this is getting juicy. And that's when I asked most of you, and a lot of readers online and friends, word of mouth, everybody, I asked to tell me what's going on with you. What are you thinking? What are you feeling about your 30s? And the results were overwhelmingly beautiful. You girls wrote amazing essays. I felt like, okay, this can't be just a Facebook post. This can't be just something that we read today and we don't read never again. I really need to make this something eternal, something that we can grab and check on it every now and then and see how much we have progress. And that's when the mission started. I set up the blog, I researched, I set up Google Alerts, I asked people around me, and that's when the whole mission started. I had to yet write my part. And that's when the 8 years passed. And that's the part that took the 8 years. It took me so long to make peace with my own situation. Turning 30, I was fine. I was just changing my life in all senses. I was quitting the job of my dreams at an American network here in Miami. I was quitting that job to go to Nicaragua, the third poorest country in the continent. And I was abandoning the city that I dreamed. Like, Miami for me is my first love. I always come back to Miami as home. I love the DR, the Dominican Republic. It's my country, and I'll always be a proud Dominican. But Miami is a city that really represents everything I wanted to do at that moment of my life. I wanted to be in entertainment. I wanted to be free. I wanted to be in a warm city, multicultural, multilingual, and I was abandoning that city. I was abandoning that job of my dreams. I was following my husband to support him in his business venture that at that point was so young and fresh. It was a startup. We didn't even know if it would work, but I felt it was the right thing to do. And downsizing, putting everything in storage, my beautiful loft in downtown Miami, and I was like, wow, everybody's pretending to be somewhere else at 30. They want to be in a fancy house. They want to be with this beautiful relationship, maybe having kids already. They want to be in these director, VP positions, corner office. And look at me, I'm just downsizing, quitting at everything, going somewhere else. And uncertainty is the only certain thing right now. And I felt that was worth to write too. It was worth to write about it. And that's how everything started. I started writing, distractions came, and I'm using a lot of, if you have read the book already, you know this story, but it's the real story. So there is no other way to say it. Distractions came in all shapes. I procrastinated a lot. I didn't know how to write, first of all. I was writing chronologically. I was writing in my second language. Nicaragua is extremely hot and you have a rainy season. I had so much going on, I couldn't concentrate. So years later, after I started, maybe 3 years after I started or more, I finally met Amy as a coincidence. Somebody invited me to a yoga class and I met Amy there. And it was life-changing for our book and life-changing for me as a friend. I really appreciate all your help, Amy. Amy taught me how to write creatively in English. She shaped our book, all your beautiful essays, all my pieces. She put them together. We have a book thanks to Amy. So thank you, Amy. If you ever want to write a book, any of you ladies, that's your woman. Go there. So that's the story. You know that part of the story. I have so many people to thank today. This group online right now. Thank you to Hazel. You see, we have the first man here. Thank you. I think you were the first male essay, Hazel, anyway, so you're always the first guy. I have an acknowledgements page in the book, but I also wanted to let you girls know that no matter what has happened this time, I felt committed to you. I felt committed to all of you because I promised you that I was going to put your story in a book. And I was fine maybe without having a book, but I couldn't let down 57 women and men that trusted me their stories and that trusted me the power of sharing your story. So this book exists because of you. So thank you for your support. Thank you to my friends that are here that are just readers and supporters and reviewers. Some of you haven't actually read the book yet, but you trusted it since the beginning. You supported, you liked every post, you did that, and I really appreciate it. For the In the acknowledgement page, you can read everybody that was involved in these 8 years. And I want to mention 3 people that are not here today. And I have to do this really fast because I could cry a lot. 3 people that are not here today that I wish they could be. And in these 8 years, we lost 2 contributors. And one of them, you must know maybe both of them. Some of you know one, some of you know another one. But we lost 2 contributors in these 8 years, and one of them is Alfonsina Ferreira, who beyond being a contributor it was kind of a family for me. It's family for me. It's my cousin pretty much. We grew up with our parents being really close, and she lost her battle with cancer after she wrote her piece less than a year later. And also, my friend Godelena, if you went to college with me, Farah, you're there. Godelena also wrote her piece, and before she was sick, Alfonsina wrote her piece after she was sick, so you can read about her journey. Godelena wrote it before she was sick, and she would ask me all the time. I would ask for her help, and she would ask about this book. So this book is for them. I also lost a very dear friend who never contributed to the book because she didn't think she was a writer, but she really shared beautiful moments of my early 30s with me, Leana Villarreal. So I want to dedicate this event, our version of an event, to the 3 of them. It's dedicated to all of us, but those 3 angel contributors were waiting for this book for a long time too. So I'm sorry that I got messy so early. I didn't put mascara because of this. I knew this was coming. So that was that. I want to go over the key points of the book that I would like to share with you, because I chose every single quote here with you in mind. And maybe you read the book first time and you don't realize something, maybe you cannot relate now, but you'll be able to relate to it later. So give yourself the time to reread. It has happened to me these 8 years. Some stories were not relevant for me when I started. Some stories are really relevant for me right now. We have stories about racism. We have stories about so many aspects of life that if you haven't encountered them yet, you will. So the first thing is that phrase from Valerie Monroe: what are the 4 signs of aging? Wisdom, confidence, character, and strength. Look for them not with dismay, but with hope. And that's what I hope for all of you. I hope not in our 30s, but beyond them, that you look forward to aging wisely and gracefully, with that wisdom and confidence and character and strength that experience will give you. So this phrase, if you don't read the whole book, just read that phrase and you got it. You got the whole thing. I want to thank also my expert contributors. When I couldn't find answers for myself, when I couldn't find answers for the things that we were all going through, I asked experts what to do. And we have Sandra Costa here. She's our financial expert. Thank you so much, Sandra, for sharing your wisdom, your expertise. It's in all these years, there are things that we still haven't figured out, and we'll turn 30 something and 40 and we won't figure out, but there will always be someone there to help. So ask for help. That's the biggest lesson for me right now. Ask for help. It's everything we want is a call away, a text away, a post away. So ask for help. We have a beautiful essay about beauty that I hope you get to embrace too. I have my gray hair because of quarantine. I haven't done my nails because no time. Beauty, you cannot hack beauty. you have beauty tricks, you have beauty tips, but we cannot hack it. So beauty really comes from inside, and that's what Autumn Whitefield says in that beautiful piece. We have two sexy pieces. I hope you have read through those already. Those come handy. um, we have Jill Donato and Dr. Sonia who share their sexy expertise, because some of us are a little bit not naive, but we don't write about it. We don't talk about it. We have some taboo topics, and sex, sadly, at this age, is still one of them for some people. So we made sure to put some sex wisdom there. We have Angelique Millis, who became a mom recently after you'll read her journey with her weight loss and all those that weight loss journey, and then getting super fit for competitions and all that. We have Warren Ogden, who was one of the fabulous people that I met in Nicaragua. Warren owns a spiritual fitness place called Pure in Nicaragua, and that's one of the places that helped me start a spiritual practice, a yoga practice, and I'll be forever grateful for that. And he explains really brief how to develop a spiritual practice. So I think that could be helpful for all of us these days too. Seeing the Goodman, work-life balance, amazing advice. Ask for help, adjust. These days with the COVID thing, it's very important to adjust our goals, to reset, to ask for help when we need it at home, to ask for flexibility at work. So that's evergreen advice there. Again, money, we have Sandra here, and she will give us, we're doing a giveaway with Sandra at the end. She's raffling an hour of financial coaching, so please stay around. She will give us a couple tips. And about living, which is at the end of the day the goal, sustainable, positive living lifestyle. We have Dashama Gordon, who's an expert in lifestyle and sustainability based in Hawaii. And let me tell you, I don't know, out of all these people, the only person that I know here in Miami is Sandra. Everybody else, I reached out to them online. They contributed for free. And I'm saying these things because if you ever want to try something like this, crowdsourcing information, crowdsourcing a project, make sure to try. It's all worth it. You can do it. And here it is, the proof. I don't know more than half of the people in this book. So I wanted you to know that. Back to basics is finally when I put together the lessons after all the crisis in all those areas. Back to basics is my making peace with my 30s, making peace with the lessons learned, and trying to enjoy the rest of them. I still have 2 years, 2 years left in my 30s, and I'm hopefully, after learning so much from your essays, from the experts, from all the experience lived, I think I can make good use of these 2 years now. And then the fabulous part 4 is all your essays. It's more than half of the book. If you have the book in your hands, let me show you. It's more than half. Basically, this is what I wrote, and this is what you wrote. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You make this a book. This would be a pamphlet without you. So thank you so much. If you have any questions as of now, thank you, Eva. If you have any questions, I can answer them now, or we'll give the space to Sandra to give us some tips. Let me introduce why I'm asking Sandra for tips. Out of all the crises I have had in my 30s, I have been able to figure out a couple of them. I'm working on my relationships, my health. It's a saga. We call it a saga. I mean, we call it the hormone saga. You will read about the fertility journey, all that. The spiritual practice is an ongoing process, every day a little bit. Work, I'm transitioning from careers. Most of you know I was in production for 17 years, and now I'm a coach. I'm a certified coach and speaker. my niche is positive lifestyle and fertility, so I have that figured out. Money, I don't think I have that one figured out yet. And you'll read about my money story here. Right now, money is a hot topic for most of us because of this coronavirus situation, and it'll always be important. So Sandra is allowing us to take even more of her expertise and sharing some tips with us today. Sandra, please.
Hi guys, Laura, thank you so much for inviting me. And it was a great opportunity for me when you contact me to talk about my story and be able to spread the word, because that's what I want to do now. My story is like everybody else, or at least most of people that didn't know how to use money, or I thought that I got it and I didn't. But then I started reading, I started learning, I started getting in touch with mentors and people who really know their thing. And now I want to go door by door to tell people that it is a better way to manage our money. So now that we have this little time, I just want to give you basic 3 points that you can start using right now. First of all, I need you guys to wake up thinking that you need to live under your means. It sounds really easy, but I believe it's like 10% of the people in this planet that actually do that. So just let it sink and do that. 3 action steps that you can take right now. You can think in multiple streams of income. Stop thinking of your job like the only income that you should have, or that it is the only choice. You can come up with a hustle. Your goal is to get to a certain point where your savings become an investment, and that investment will support your lifestyle. And this is not something that you have to wait for to be 65 to do so. Okay, so just think that you cannot, your job is not your only hope or the only way to get income. Second, use a budget and stick to it. You need to build it wisely, thinking in your goals, not your neighbor's goals or what you have to show up to your friends. Think of what you really want. Where is it exactly that you want to travel, or what is the car that you want to drive, not the car that you want to show to your neighbor. And budget those goals into it. You want to go to Bahamas, just go ahead and do it, like save for it. And that is something else that people I've seen lately, that people want to do something, that they want to dream about something, and then they want to do it for the next weekend. And what happens? They use their credit card. Stop using credit cards. All right? That's not another stream of income.
No, not at all.
And the third action step that you guys can do is use separate bank accounts with different purposes. Don't use just one main account and use it from paying your rent and mortgage to your stop in Starbucks. You need to have separate accounts. And I know some people are afraid of fees, but there are banks, if you do your research, that if you keep $100 in your bank account, you don't pay any fee. So you can use this model to use your money more wisely. That's pretty much what I wanted to say today.
Thank you so much, Sandra. Thank you. So, ladies, I still need to apply those things. Don't pretend. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm good at it yet. I know the theory now because she shared it in the book and she shared it here, but still in the works. But thank you, Sandra, again. And we're going to raffle 1 hour of finance coaching with Sandra. I want to thank all of you for the messages in the chat. We'll get to the party part really soon. I want to read a short paragraph. Um, it's a kind of a spoiler, but if you haven't read it yet, just keep it in your heart until you find it in the book. As I said, I have 2 years left in my 30s. My birthday is August 18th. I'm turning 38 in August 18th. And I hope some of this is over by then. I'm sure I will be celebrating the same way we are right now. But I wanted to celebrate with you with my favorite piece about the future in the book. And it says, there is so much more I want to explore. I'm working on all parts of myself: woman, mother, wife, professional, human being. I'm building a family, a business, and a community while continuously building myself. I'm doing my best to keep reaching out and making new connections because people are always the most important. I still have so many questions, but I know the answers will only come from experience itself. I have 3 years left in my 30s. I wrote this a year ago. Who knows what discoveries lie ahead, what questions I'll be asking next, what the coming years will teach me about who I am and who I want to be. Only time will tell how I write the rest. No matter where life takes me, I know I can find my way. So thank you, thank you, thank you. That's the that's the future right there. This is thank you. This is what I hope for all of you too. I hope the the lessons learned are only memories at this point. I hope there is no frustration from our past. I hope there is no anxiety about our future. I just hope it's wisdom we can collect and use it for the best. Now we can start with your questions if you have. I can tell you a couple things, or we can go straight to the reading guide and I'll ask you some questions. We have some questions here. If you, I don't know if you have checked, there is a reading group guide. If you read this in a book club or with a group of friends, you can go through 10 questions here to help guide yourself there. I'm going to check the chat. It says, Eve is already here, so thank you. Thank you, Eva, for your message about Leana. I shared Amy's info for those of you that are writers at heart and you know that you have a book inside you, so I wrote Amy's website there. Thank you, Yaya, for your message. 40s are coming for everybody. We're lucky we're not rock stars. Rock stars are the ones who passed away at 27. So we turn 30, we turn 40, we go through everything. So we are fine. I'm already taking notes. I'm not writing a book about 40s, at least in the next 10 years, but I'm already taking notes of some friends that are turning 40 around me, my sister, my older sister, Amy, her name is Amy, and I think what I heard is a lot of 40 somethings are thinking about their legacy, about what they're leaving for their kids, what they're leaving behind their work, they're marking their work and all that. So I'm just put that there. No pressure at all. That's the one thing we should have learned at this point. We shouldn't pressure at all. And it's life, it's health, it's wealth. Being alive is a real gift. As I mentioned earlier, I have people that I wish were here and they're not. So enjoy. Jaja, that's for you and everybody else. Thank you, Gabi Ortega. There is somebody that is on an iPhone and I don't see their name. That's Patricia Cedeño. Patricia, I just saw iPhone and I'm like, who's
oh, sorry I came late. I was at the office. Just
no problem. That's Patricia from Canada. And that's it. So if you don't have any questions, I can ask you some questions. Are you cool with that? Okay, so for the ones who have read already, what is the experience that you can relate the most to? And you can raise your hand and I'll unmute you. Nobody? Okay.
I think we can unmute ourselves.
Okay. Can you
Yes.
unmute yourself or I need to unmute you? You can
I
unmute.
don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Can
That's
everyone else hear me?
Evie from Colombia, based in Miami.
Hi. So I'm going to say something. I'm halfway through the book.
Okay.
I have a couple chapters to go because I started reading the first part and then I jumped towards like the middle when I came back. So I'm not doing like the straightforward reading.
Okay.
But there's something that when I started reading the book, it just brought back all these memories of our friendship. Because you and I have known each other for a very long time. And there are stories in the book that I knew a little bit about, but you just gave it this whole other context to them. And I was like, holy shit. Like, I didn't know that you had gone through so much in all these different things. And when you were talking about living in Nicaragua and I went to visit, and I'm like, I can't believe that she was going through all that. And she was so gracious enough to host me and just be like, if nothing was going on, like you were just so happy and so like into what you were doing in Nicaragua and your husband and, you know, your hopes for the future. You were talking about the book. I think you were trying to write it while you were there. I remember that. Yeah, and we talked about it. Yeah, and it was just, I think it was just amazing to be able to see kind of like a little bit more of the behind the scenes of the stories of your life, right? That maybe we hadn't had a chance to talk about. So, and I guess I'm just glad that I was able to be part of some of those stories in some way or shape or form. So thank you for allowing that.
You are. Evie's one of my first friends in Miami. And that's one of the most beautiful things about this book. I have people that I have loved all my life, starting with my sisters, followed by my pantuflas sisters from school, friends since we were 9, to friends that I have met now as an adult, as a professional, to people that I haven't met yet, but I consider my friend. Like, if I go to the UK, I'm going to Rachel's house. I have never met her, but I'm going there. So, and she has a new house now. So it's been a beautiful thing. People from all walks of life, like Veronica, I remember when you were turning 30. I remember we were celebrating Michelle and you were pregnant and we were like, it was like, it's surreal. We are all, I have found a way to put all my friends and future friends and foreign friends together in a project. And that's priceless for me. It's a time capsule, it's a friendship capsule. So thank you. I have friends and they're sisters of my friends and everybody. So thank you for that. Hazel is the male perspective. In one of the male perspectives in the book, we have only 3 contributors that are guys, and we have 1 expert contributor that is a guy. So Hazel, if you're okay, would you share something about your 30s? I know you're 40 already, but would you like to share something about that time of your life?
I'm not 40, I'm 30 plus 10.
Exactly.
That's the first thing.
First thing.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I love my 30s. It was a bumpy road, but I'm here, 41 already, so I embrace it. And I really, really, how can I say this? Encourage people to live their 30s to the fullest, because after that it's a little going downhill, but slowly. So take your 30s and embrace it and just live it to the fullest.
Thank you. Thank you, Hazel.
Okay.
Let's see what we say when we're turning 40 then. We'll be like, no, we're not going downhill. This is the best now. Every year gets better. That's what I heard. Another thing is I wanted to let you know most of the conversations that I was hearing when I was writing this book were about the things that we wanted and we didn't have. We wanted good relationships, we wanted better health, we wanted more money, we wanted better positions at work, we wanted. And I think this is a good opportunity also to realize how much we can give to. It's a goal of mine. I want to let you know, Amazon will give me my royalties in September. They pay 2 months after. And when I get my royalties from this book, I'll go through the causes. I asked you ages ago, what were the causes closest to your heart? And a lot of you gave me specific organizations or gave me just general causes like children or elderly. So I will go through that, and I'll make sure every month that when I get my royalties, I dedicate a 10% of that to those causes. And I'll let you know every month who I help that month. So I want you to know that this book will help organizations maybe around the world, because if you gave me a specific organization in your country, I'll go and donate to that. I wanted to make sure I'll share that with you too. And my next thing to do would be to do the raffle. Is that cool? Are you girls down for it? Or it's $6.39, nobody else will join, and if they join, they will lose the opportunity for the raffle. We're raffling 5 prizes. We're raffling 3 books, 1 finance coaching session, and 1 life coaching session. So just for you to know, Carla will go and do a random picking electronically, and she will let us know who are the winners. So I wanted to let you know that. Does anybody have a drink in your hands? Thank you. I'll give you some time to grab, but we'll have
Yeah,
a
let me
toast.
get mine.
Yes. And it could be water. It could be sparkling water. Mine is juice. It's a sparkling juice. That's one of the things that you can read about. I changed my lifestyle because of some health scares. And so today I'm celebrating with organic sparkling juice. And I have like a flourless little cake here too. So I wanted to let you know that. Please keep sharing. I wanted to make sure you leverage this book for your career. You consider yourself a co-writer, a co-author of this book. Put it in your resume, put it on your LinkedIn, share it in your signature, share it everywhere you can, because we are going through very difficult times. Most of us have been affected somehow for this corona thing, and I want to make sure this helps push a little bit your profile somewhere. Like, not everybody has that credit, that title, like contributor in this book, and you could say your essay was picked because there were essays that didn't make it. So you could say your essays were picked, that were selected to be part of this anthology. If you need a reference, if you need whatever you need from me, I'll make sure to give you that. For the readers, the one who didn't write but are reading and reviewing and supporting, thank you so much. Reviews make all the difference. You can see some already in Amazon. We'll have reviews on Goodreads, in social media, whatever you want to write something, it will be great. I have a playlist that you can look on YouTube. I'm gonna put the link, or Carla, if you could please write the link to the playlist. It's a walk, a memory lane of our 30s, since the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000 music from all this time. I hope you enjoy it. Send me more ideas and I'll add it. I think music is a great way to relive the moments we have gone through, the good ones and the bad ones too. And please, if you want to say something, this is a good time while everybody gets ready for our toast.
Laura, I wanted to add, if anybody has a question and just want to do it privately, send me a DM to my Instagram and we can chat a little bit. It is Good Financial Moves on Instagram.
I'll write it here so everybody gets it. It's Good Financial Moves on Instagram. Good Financial Moves. Something, anybody else, or can I tell you another story? Okay, one thing that I can share, most of you, or a lot of people are asking me now, like, oh my God, and how do you write it? I already confessed, Amy helped me all the way, but there's another book that I could write, and it's the How Not to Write a Book. All the mistakes I made, all the unnecessary money I spent, all the time I wasted, all those things. If you want to avoid, if you want to write or any creative pursuit that you have, I can guide you a little bit on how not to do it. Also, I wanted to let you know this book is print on demand. That's why it takes a little bit longer when you order it from Amazon. I don't have an inventory of books. If you check the back of your book, every book is special and different. And it's a technical thing, and it might not mean something for everybody, but for me it means a lot. Every book has the date and the city that it was printed at. So each one of your books is different. It was printed in the closest city to your home, and it's printed the day that you order it. So I think that's pretty cool. Make sure it means that you have a special copy. And while I haven't had the opportunity to sign any copies other than my sister Carla's, but know that your copy is special because of that. And we'll get together and celebrate. I want to call my family really quick. Let me see if they're around, because they had to take the kid out. Luca had to go out in his bike in order for me to do this, but I wanted to invite them to join us for the toast. I'm reading the chat. Anybody else with notes or questions? No? Okay. Let me see. Carla, do you think we can say the raffle winners now? I'm checking. If not, we'll tell you on social media who won. Okay, so we're gonna do the raffle winners right now. First, we're gonna do the 3 books. So the first book goes to, it's like an Oscar, right? First prize, she's doing the random picking on Google. If you see the chat, you'll see the name in a little bit. Wendita, that's a good thing because you're far. So Wendy, you won the book. I'm glad because I don't think we were delivering. Thank you so much. Second book goes to, mi amor, ¿pueden venir? ¿O tan lejos? Ok, gracias. Beso. Bye. Marta, the topic for the next book, oh Lord Jesus, that's a good question. There's some ideas floating around. I don't think I'm writing another book though. Let's ask in this group who's writing the next book. Farah is writing the next book. Anybody else? Sandra is writing the next book. Okay, so we'll have, what would you write about, Farah? On mute.
Mute. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Laura. Thank you for the invite and for asking me to collaborate with you in this book. So I'm trying to write about the journey, the many journeys of entrepreneurship. So I am one of the luckiest ones that have had many facets in life and been switching careers on the go. And I think that is something that I want to share with people about courage and just going for it. Something that I also learned during my 30s. And that's an idea that I have.
Yes, very good. What about you, Sandra? Finance, I guess, or no?
Yes, I'm planning to write about finance, and I want to use a language that is not finance boring, that is just somehow a fun conversation on numbers.
Okay, okay. Amy will help with that. And I have to say, this group is multi-talented. We have all kind of talents here. We have photographers, we have filmmakers, we have great communicators, great producers, we have people in the wellness and holistic world, we have people in the advocacy world that we need so much activism, we have engineers, we have everything. So please make sure you, maybe it's not a book, maybe you don't need to do a book, but make sure the work you're doing, it's helping not only others, but also yourself and the world you're leaving behind. So with that said, we're going to do the next book prize. Carlita, you let us know. Patricia. Patricia in Canada. You're gonna get, you are very lucky. You have gotten like 2 books by
Maybe I should donate that.
yeah, you should donate this one. Her neighbor and kind of sister-in-law she ordered 1 book from Amazon and they delivered 2. So she got her book that way and now she won a raffle. So she had 2 free books. Amazing.
Yeah, I bought the online version.
So thank you. Thank you so much. Let's do look my character here. Let's do the financial coaching session with Sandra. Luca. Espérate, papi te va a ayudar. En la... Hart, Eva Hart, I have to say, and I'm sorry that it took me so long to thank Eva and Enrique. Eva Hart is a friend that Wendy introduced me to, and Eva took the amazing photos on the book. They designed the website. Enrique made the whole conversion from a PDF document to a Word document to an Amazon Kindle document to be able to have an ebook. So thank you, Eva and Enrique from Dupla Miami for all your support on this project. It's the trailer, the book trailer, everything you have seen, the images, videos, ebook, everything that you have seen was made by them. So thank you, Eva. Well-deserved prize, financial coaching. They're a great couple of entrepreneurs, Sandra. I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with them and they can help with any needs that you have. This one, the yellow one, please. Y un vasito para Luca, por favor. Sí. So the last is a life coaching session with me. If you aren't sick of me after reading so much of my story, I am a certified coach now. That's my new profession. I went to school at University of Miami, and I specialize in positive lifestyle. I have also fertility coaching in my practice. Thank you, Mommy. And if anything that you need life coaching on, let's do it. Let's see who wins that. I'll chat with any of you for an hour or more anyway, but this is special. Yarimar! Yarimar is a friend from the Dominican Republic. She's a writer. She's also the sister of Igmar Uribe, my first male friend in life. We met when we were 9 at school, so this is great gift. This is Luca. You are gonna hear a lot about Luca, read a lot about Luca on the book. He's saying hello.
Hola, mi niño.
Hola, Luca.
This is the one thing that I can do to get everybody smiling at the same time, to have Luca on the screen. So, if you all have your drink.
Ese es mi papá de Luca.
Ese es mi papá de Luca, baby.
Es el papá de Lucas, sí.
Just like
Luca, mira, vamos a hacer chin chin.
Sí, Claudio.
Just like we would do in a real book launch, I wanted my family to be with me. This is my mom, and Claudio, and this is Luca.
¿Cómo se le
This is the people who Mommy raised me, and Claudio and Luca keep me alive these days with their love. So thank you family, for your support.
This is so cool.
I want to toast.
This is so cool. Daddy, this is so
No es que a él le guste la bebida, no, no.
Come dici, Luca?
Thank you, thank you,
Luca,
thank
chin,
you.
Doña Avenida.
Cheers.
Chin, chin.
Salud. Salud. From Marsh.
Patricia. Salud, Pachu. Doña Berlida, salud.
Hola, hola, salud. ¿Cómo están?
Salud, salud.
Saludos.
You,
Patricia.
Salud.
Oh, happy
Laura.
birthday.
I wish we were turning 30 again with all the wisdom we have today. So, cheers, ladies. Thank you so much. We love you.
Uno, due, tre, soffia.
Cheers. Qué lindo, Luca.
Thank you for joining me. I wanted to keep this exactly at 1 hour because I know everybody needs to go and prepare dinner and go to bed, Rachel. And thank you for joining me. I know we all have hectic lives, and taking time these days to sit for one more Zoom conference call, one more video call. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all your love all these years, for all your support. Please keep in touch. This is not ending with the book. We have a lot more projects coming, and this is a community now. We'll be the Inner 30s community, Forever 31. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Love you all.
Ciao, Luca, love you.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.